If you search dropshipping on the internet right now, you are being sold a lie. They tell you it's the easiest way to make money online. They show you screenshots of $50,000 months. They tell you that all you need is a laptop and a dream. But they conveniently forget to show you the other side of the ledger. They don't show you the ad account bans. They don't show you the 3% profit margins. They don't show you the weeks of burning cash before a single sale happens. That I got tired of the noise. I got tired of the screenshots that could be faked with inspect element. So I decided to run an experiment. I'm going to start a brand new dropshipping store from scratch. I have $0 in brand awareness. I have a limited budget of $500. And I have exactly 7 days to make this profitable. But this isn't going to be a highlight reel. I'm going to show you everything. The winning ads, the losing ads, the product research, and most importantly, the final net profit number that the gurus are terrified to show you. Is dropshipping dead in 2026? Or is it just harder? Let's look at the data. The clock is ticking. Most beginners fail on day one because they pick a winning product based on emotion. Oh, this Galaxy projector looks cool, let me sell that. Wrong. If you sell what everyone else is selling, you are competing on price. And in a race to the bottom, the only winner is Amazon. I need a product that solves a painful problem, has a wow factor for TikTok, and most importantly, has a margin of at least $20. Without that margin, Facebook ads will eat me alive. Here's my criteria: problem solver. Does it fix an insecurity or an inconvenience? Unsaturated creative. Can I film content for it that doesn't look like an ad? 3x markup. If I buy it for $10, I must sell it $4.30. I spent 6 hours scrolling through the TikTok made me buy it hashtag, but I wasn't looking for viral videos. I was looking for old viral videos. I found a product that went viral 8 months ago, a posture corrector for gamers. It's unsexy, just boring. But the comments on the old videos were filled with people tagging their friends saying, "My back hurts." The hype has died down, which means the ad costs might be lower. I found a supplier on CJ Dropshipping selling it for $9.50 including shipping. I can sell this for $34.99. That gives me a $25.49 break-even ROAS, return on ad spend. This is the math of survival. We have the product. Now we need the vessel. Here is the mistake 99% of you are making. You are building dropshipping stores. You know what I mean? Those stores with the countdown timer that says offer ends in 5 minutes, which is obviously fake. The stores with 50 different colors and a spinning wheel pop up. Consumers in 2026 are smart. They smell a dropshipper from a mile away. I am not building a store. I am building a brand page. I named the brand Spinaline. I used a clean medical style aesthetic. White background, bold black text, high quality GIFs showing the product in action. I wrote the copy not to sell the plastic brace, but to sell the result. Instead of saying high quality nylon material, I wrote fix 8 hours of gaming posture in 20 minutes. Trust seals. Reviews, imported from AliExpress but curated. A clear FAQ section. This took me 8 hours. By the end of day 2, the store looks like a legitimate startup that raised seed funding, not a kid in his basement. We are ready to launch. Launch day. I set up my TikTok ads manager. I'm not using influencers. I want control. I am using Spark ads. I ordered the product on Amazon Prime a few days ago to film my own creatives. Never use the supplier stock footage, that is instant death. I checked the dashboard. Spent $48.50. Sales, $0. Traffic, 150 visitors. Add to carts, 2. Checkouts initiated, 0. This is the valley of death. This is the moment where most people quit. They say, dropshipping is a scam, and they go back to watching Netflix. But I looked at the data. My CTR click-through rate was 0.8%. That is garbage. It means my ad is boring. People are scrolling past it. The problem isn't the product. The problem isn't the store. The problem is I am down nearly $50. I have 4 days left. I realized my mistake. I was trying to sell health. TikTok doesn't care about health. TikTok cares about vanity. People don't want to fix their posture for their spine. They want to fix it to look taller and more confident. That I refilmed the ad. New hook. My girlfriend told me I look 2 inches shorter when I game. It's controversial. It triggers an insecurity about height. I kept the same store, same price, same targeting broad. I only changed the first 3 seconds of the video. I relaunched the campaign at $50/day. At 4 p.m. The first sale. $34.99. At 5:30 p.m., another one. By midnight on day 4 we had 4 sales. Revenue, $139.96. Ad spend, $50. Product cost, $38. Profit, $51. We are in the green. But barely. $51 profit is not a business. That's a hobby. We need to scale. The ads are working but the margins are tight. If Facebook raises my CPM, cost to reach 1,000 people, even slightly, I become unprofitable. I cannot control ad costs. But I can control my AOV, average order value. You see, it costs me roughly $12 in ads to acquire one customer. If that customer spends $35, I make a little money. If that customer spends $60, I make a lot of money. The ad cost stays the same. I added a simple upsell app. Buy 2, get 20% off. Pitch. 1 for you, 1 for your gaming buddy. And I added a pre-purchase upsell for a $5 ebook, the 30-day spine stretching guide. This ebook cost me $0 to make. I used ChatGPT, but it adds 100% profit to the order. The results were immediate. On day 6, 20% of customers bought the bundle. 40% bought the ebook. Our average order value jumped from $35 to $48. My ad spend remained $50 per day, but my revenue doubled. This is the secret. You don't get rich by selling one product. You get rich by maximizing the cart. The ads are turned off. The notifications have slowed. And now we can do the part that most videos avoid. Look at the numbers that actually matter. Not headline revenue. Not screenshots. Real profit that shows up in a bank account. Total revenue came in at $2,140.50. If this were a typical online business video, this is where it would end. A big number on screen. A claim about scaling. Maybe a thumbnail with an arrow pointing up. But revenue is not the result. Revenue is just the top line. So let's subtract reality. The cost of goods sold was $680. That's the supplier getting paid. Non-negotiable. Ad spend totaled $450. TikTok happily took that money whether the campaign performed well or not. Transaction fees from Stripe and Shopify added another $64. Quiet, invisible but constant. The Shopify subscription was $29. Apps and the domain added $35 more. When you put it all together, total expenses came to $1,258. That leaves a net profit of $882.50. I missed the $1,000 goal. And that's important to say out loud. Because the goal of this exercise wasn't to look impressive. It was to understand what's actually possible when you start from zero and operate inside real constraints. $882 in 7 days breaks down to roughly $126 per day. Is that life-changing money? No. Is it better than a minimum wage job in most places? Yes. But this is where the nuance begins and where most content stops. That money did not appear in isolation. It was attached to a steep learning curve. To earn it, I had to learn basic video editing. Not cinematic mastery, but enough to hold attention. I had to learn copywriting. How to explain a product clearly without overselling it. I had to learn media buying. How platforms price attention and how fast you can lose money if you're careless. I had to learn web design. Not aesthetics but flow. Where people hesitate. Where they drop off. And I had to deal with real customers. Including 3 angry emails about shipping delays that weren't technically my fault, but were still my responsibility. This is the part that rarely gets discussed. The income is real. So is the effort. And the effort compounds in a different way than money. None of these skills disappear when the challenge ends. They stack. They lower friction the next time. They reduce mistakes. They increase margins. That's the real asset being built here. Not the $882, but the system literacy. If you judge this purely on the money, it's modest. If you judge it on what it unlocks long-term, it's meaningful. And that distinction is what separates sustainable businesses from short-lived experiments. This wasn't a win. It wasn't a failure. What did we learn? Dropshipping is not a passive income business. It is a high-intensity active income business. It is not a slot machine where you put in $1 and get out $2. It is a war for attention. But here is why you should do it. Not for the $882, but because the skills I used this week, advertising, offer creation, data analysis, are the same skills used to build million-dollar brands. Dropshipping is the best business school on the planet. The tuition is your ad spend. The product didn't matter. The posture corrector will die in 3 weeks when the trend fades. But the system I built? The understanding of why people buy. That is the asset I get to keep forever. If you are looking for easy money, go buy a lottery ticket. But if you are willing to eat glass, stare at spreadsheets and iterate until you win, then yes, this still works.